roof was in the front yard.
In 2.9 miles, turn left on Hickory Nut Drive.
Hard to believe it's a year and 4 months later, huh?
It's completely devastated. Hey, we are here at Florida Caverns State Park, and just look at the devastation that we saw coming in and also behind me. There's a lot of work to do. So we are here to meet Jacob Strickland, who's going to show us the park and show us some projects that we may be interested in taking on. Here's the old Blue Hole Campground, and that building in the background is pretty well decimated. They are trying to do whatever they can to get this place opened up, but it is not ready for prime time yet. Just look at all the devastation out here.
Yeah, they've got all the spaces for RVs to park in, but they need to be set in, and they've got a little bit of work to do for a well, but they're really close, and we, as our first volunteer project, can get this part 99% ready to go, except for the well, while we're here.
This is Jacob Strickland. He's the park director.
Yes, sir.
Right? I kind of called you like the park manager, but I called you like the volunteer director. But I think I heard something totally different. But he's the park manager. He's the guy who has to deal with restoring Florida Caverns State Park and getting it back together. So he is showing us that there's a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work to do.
We're not going to be able to finish.
You're not going to be able to do it all. But you can surely make a show with it.
We can make a dent.
Yes,
and
sir.
what you've been super great at accommodating us and trying to find out wherever we can park. We're pretty good, and as long as we don't have high expectations of having full hookups. It's dry camping. That's the expectation. If we can find power, if we can find water, and we can reestablish it or something, we're good.
Yep.
But plan on coming in rough and working to get everything back up to speed.
Yes, sir. We're going to accommodate you as best as possible.
Well, thanks a lot for having us over here. I really appreciate it, and we're ready to go look at another few spots.
Shoot, I thank you.
Here's one of the projects. It's the Equestrian Center. They've got 3 pads that are here, but they were placed too close. So what we'll need to have happen is for the sites to be spread out a little bit more. Probably one of the sites to come right here, and then the gravel separated so that there can be some aesthetic plantings. So the pedestals will be moved before we start the camp, but effectively, once that happens, we'll know exactly where we need to move gravel, tamp it down, and reestablish these 3 spots.
Station here, and it is working. So if you do have black water and you do need to discard that, you're able to do so at that dump station.
Oh, it's right there at
We
the
were just talking about
entrance.
that too. If anybody happened to be further up, we could always just send them down here to do their dump if they
could
needed
pull,
to. So
yes, you could pull through and do a ride through.
yep, exactly.
And dump, and then go back up and set up,
Yep.
or caddy if you're in this particular area. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
So there's a restroom right there.
We just that's a refurbished restroom. It's a 2-holer, men's and women's, but
Okay.
it could be unisex. It doesn't
Sure.
really matter.
Yeah.
It's just a courtesy. Got locks on doors, courtesy thing.
Curse, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
That's just now the shower area. That's a Boy Scout shower.
And it works.
It works. We tore the sides off of it. We've kind of disassembled it and to kind of look at what was underneath, and we found that needs a total replacement.
Okay.
So there's another project. I don't know if anybody wants to gather that or whatever, but we can provide the supplies and materials for that. So, it's just a pretty simple setup, and it's a pretty simple build. We'll just build it back in 6x6s, pressure treated lumber, and then deck it and roof it with a slant roof.
Okay.
Pretty easy build. No engineering involved in this whatsoever. Just a level. You'll need a level.
All right, we've got that, so we can do it. And most people have a level on their phone, so.
Measure twice, cut once, that kind of thing.
I like it.
Not the other way around.
Love it, yeah.
But there is another spigot over by this tree over here. So we have 3 spigots in the vicinity, and that's why I kind of thought this might work.
That's like
we can do central water hoses. If you needed extra water, we just run the hose over to your camper, fill your tanks.
Yep.
In these 3 different locations, and that may work out if everybody kind of sets up like, according to the
absolutely.
Yeah.
water reach.
Yeah, this is totally doable.
Yeah, this is a great place to park. It's uneven, so we have to make sure that people bring lots of leveling pads and whatever to kind of make themselves level.
Some areas are a little more better than others.
But there's probably areas up there, anywhere people can find a level spot to park is doable, and if they need to come here and get water, this is a place that they can do it.
So there is one full hookup site here.
30 amp, right?
30 amp.
Okay.
One full hookup site's 30 amp.
Yep.
And but it has a sewer hookup as well though.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we have one sewer hookup, and that green pipe right there could possibly be converted into a dump as well.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, this whole area, you can run generators here. We're fine with that. You also have a central pavilion up here.
Okay, gotcha.
The other project here is we do not have a trail up to that pavilion. If you would like to, or you have the resources, you can
Build a trail.
We have the rock hazard. There was a restroom on the other side of that room. It was a safety hazard is the fact that people had to come across the highway in order. The storm took that restroom out. So we don't have a restroom, no plans to build one. We're probably going to put a trail in from that pavilion to here. This will also entice the scout group to utilize that pavilion.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, yep.
Yeah, totally.
Now they got a central area they can eat, they can hang out under the, if it's raining, what have you, whatever they got. Got a little trail to get there, they can let them run around, got a little more room, and we're just trying to take advantage and find a silver lining
Yep.
in all this chaos.
And again,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be in nature, and you get that, so.
Here is the now closed golf course pro shop. There's bathroom inside, full showers. It's just outside the main entrance to the park, but it is it's owned by the state parks, and the golf course is shut. They expired their lease right before the storm hit. They didn't renew, so this is a parking place for some big rigs or folks who don't feel comfortable parking down at the youth camp. So I'm asking for a friend, but what's the quality of the fairways and the greens?
Wide open right now. You can hit as many as you want out there. As a matter of fact, if you walk around, you don't even have to bring your balls. You just walk around, you can pick them up. There's so many of them, they're everywhere. But with all these trees getting down, they covered a lot of balls. But if y'all want to build a fire, if you want to powwow and have a fire and bring a pit, we'll bring a pit out here. You can have a fire, you can do whatever you want. Got a covered porch which will allow you to eat outside, set up some chairs if you got bad inclement weather or what have you.
So the first project is to tamp all these sites down, pull whoever's coming with us in here, get ourselves set up, and then slowly work on bringing life back to this campground.
And those of you who are thinking about coming out and helping, you can come in and out for the day, or you can come in and out for the week or two that we're here, and we'll keep you comfortable so that we can all do some good work.
Yeah, this is going to be doable.